Back when we were in a classroom, right? Let us take an example of 11th standard classroom. How many students were there in your class? 60 maximum?
Yeah,
Right?
actually.
Out of those 60, you knew like 12 people. If you're
No,
very famous,
I knew everyone.
you know everyone, but knowing everyone does not mean you're friends with everyone.
Yeah, that is a
It's
thing.
like you know
There's a
that.
difference between knowing and real knowing.
Yeah, courtesy of Orochimaru. No, it was Guy
No,
Sensei.
guy
Whatever.
sensei.
So you just know their names, but you really interact with somehow like 12 people, right?
Yeah,
Because your interaction and your community is limited by geography.
yeah,
You can't really move that much.
yeah,
All of a sudden you bring internet and you're open to the world. And kids these days knows thousands of people. There are so many people who just know each other because of the internet. They just came to my class. They know each other. It's as simple as that. And they went to some other class. They know other person. They become friends with them. They made friends in chat rooms. They just found people, and they make good connections. That even helps them in their career. A lot of time they find jobs using that. They find business partners using that. So they are actually, if you talk about interaction, not the verbal form of interaction that you're calling an introvert or an extrovert on the basis of, people actually know more people and they interact with more people, more different cultural people, different, maybe even from different countries. I've interacted with so many people out of this country because of the internet and during the whole lockdown situation.
yeah.
And that's only because of the online boom. So this whole situation actually accelerated the growth of online world.
Don't you think so? Situation would be same if there was offline culture.
Not as fast. For example, I was going to start an
Yeah,
offline.
not fast, but it would be there, right?
Yeah, like, but whatever might have taken place in 20 years have taken place in just 1 year.
Yeah, but okay, I agree on that point. But additionally, I have one more question for you. Is that how many people are there who are going by your norms, which you have been illustrating over here?
What norms?
Like by whatever you have just talked about it, like they interact and now they are more.
Everybody who is not doing that.
No.
Ask the people over here. How many of you guys do not know a person who you have never met? And I can tell this, I never knew a person I have not met.
But that could have been the same case if you were, or maybe like if no lockdowns were there and things were as usual as they were back then in 2019.
Because of the online world, but they were not getting involved with these online classes. They were not forced to think like that.
But
Now,
classes will be there with the people only. You are talking about new people.
yeah, so they are getting involved with different courses, like let us say art of speaking, not promoting guys, but let us say they joined it or they joined another course like that. If they joined a course in some platform like that, so they know people.
So you are saying that is coming out of this online boom,
Yes.
and not out of willingness.
Haven't you seen
Not
all?
out of willingness. Yeah, that may have facilitated, but I think the person who is really dedicated in another things, for example, art of speaking, PS, not promoting,
Yeah.
then they would have made a path for it if they were really into it. Don't you think so?
No, because I was pretty dedicated.
Yeah, because he is on a debate right now and he won't agree to it. Yeah, continue.
No, I was pretty dedicated in making connections, but it was not that available. All of a sudden now all the online platforms, all the video platforms are popping out. Like Zoom.
Yeah.
Did you know about Zoom before?
Okay, what is the advantage for Zoom now?
It's nothing. Like the whole interface is much better now. It's much more convenient. Have you ever used Zoom? It is much better actually.
I've used both Zoom and Google Meet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it is much more convenient.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, convenience. You're not talking about convenience. These are just interfaces which get used for the purpose. The ultimate purpose is, for example, art of speaking.
and that right there. Otherwise, they'll think that we are having an agenda. For example, any random course, speaking of arts. Yeah.
Yeah. Suppose pageant training. Fine.
Yeah.
Online
Correct.
pageant training.
Correct.
Yeah.
Glad you brought that. Because
No, you just support his point.
how many new girls now have known other girls across the country? You know couple. You already know couple because of your online classes that you have taken
Yeah,
related to the
but
modeling
I
field.
think that will not be. I think I would have gone for offline, of course. Then also, I would have known the girls in my batch only.
Yeah, but then that is always limited
How? The
because
same, if in my batch there are 20 girls, then in offline also there are 20 girls. How come I'm meeting new people?
because there will be a lot of girls who can't afford offline classes. It's a lot costlier. It's
Yeah,
3 to 5 times more costly.
yeah. You can say that, but it depends on the organization whether they are lowering the charges or not. Don't
You
you think
can't
so?
really rely on that. They are not NGOs.
Yeah, they are not NGOs, but I'm saying that it depends on the charges whether they are lowering the charges for online or not. I'm saying that helped. Like I took the particular example that helped
See, then that
ultimately.
is a whole debate of competition. So there will be
Yeah, so
competition. You
that is
don't
different
lower
league.
it. We have seen one of those in our gate coaching also. You don't lower, you die. It's as simple as that. Because there will be others who are going. See, profit margin, you can't really expect a huge profit margin just thinking that I'm just going to rise because there are competition.
Okay, like let's not talk about that.
Hmm.
Let's talk about some free platform,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
On free platform, if someone is willing to go, he or she will definitely go, irrespective of these circumstances. Don't you think so? Yeah, obviously, because of these crucial circumstances, they'll be having more time, but I feel they'll be making time if the things were not the same.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because of the everything transforming to online, they are forced to create more and more platforms like this. They are
Yeah,
forced
they're
to evolve because they are more focused towards that now because they already understand offline. It is not much left now.
yeah, that is good for companies, but how come it's good for people? Because platforms are coming, but how come they are interacting?
All I'm saying is that it is helping more and more people get online, which is ultimately helping knowing more and more people. Because
Okay, I'll take my example.
hmm,
I didn't know new people because of the COVID situation. I'm saying, like, because of the online platforms, I can say, but I won't
I
say
can name
that.
at least 10 people you know because of the online platform.
No,
Hmm.
because of online platform, I know, but
Hmm.
you're not getting my point. I'm saying out of COVID situation, I didn't get to those platforms and something like that. I had to do. That's why I
See,
did.
all that I'm saying is now people are not restricted by geography. There are multiple examples.
Yeah,
Because of the whole lockdown, a lot of people were forced to explore the online platform. A lot of them started their own podcast. We started our podcast in the midst of the lockdown. A lot of people actually started. There are multiple examples who started their podcast in the middle of lockdown. And the reason you cannot just deny that it is not the lockdown or it is not that everyone or everything is moving online. There are a lot of things that are happening just because the situation of 19 and whatever we are following now. So it did cause change drastically, and everything has an exponential growth when internet is involved. And if you bring something 20 years earlier, that means that you might be looking at a multiple exponential growth 20 years later because it happened earlier.
yeah, I agree to that point,
So
Ashish,
maybe
with
you
you.
are going
Yeah,
to see something that you might not have even seen in your lifetime, but now you're going to see it because it was a drastic change.
yeah, I agree with you with that point.
Hmm.
That's completely true that the lockdown helped us, maybe facilitated in bringing or resorting ourselves to some new hobbies and some forgotten hobbies which we
Yeah,
forgot long time back. That
correct.
helped, but I think it willingness plays a very crucial role. That's only I meant to say.
See, you are always going to have those people who won't do anything no matter what,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I was saying.
There are a lot of people who are just drunk faced throughout